Finally, we reached another daily close, 3-day close, and a weekly candle close. And this is exactly what's XRP showing us. A 3-day is starting to represent buying power entering at the support. So the price range of 0.47 towards 0.42 is becoming a huge support zone. For XRP, that's very positive. However, there are things which we need to keep in our mind. However, these are the things which is more than important at this point. Price is arguing that it came to that same exact point, but RSI didn't. And that's Bitcoin showing you that. Which means last time Bitcoin showed this, the market decided to do something. And if you understand that point and what the altcoins did during that time, it's going to help you massively. Because the time, the ROI, and the price structure during that specific movement is going to help you massively. Because when you do take the point of that time into context, you kind of get to see something. And that's Ether on a 3-day showing you this. I'm going to break these down into an easily understandable format, just like what we've been following here. So Bitcoin on a weekly now shows you negative divergence. We've been talking about this in the SI family for few days, few weeks. We were talking about this as a possibility. Then the textbook pattern. I was expecting this textbook pattern in Bitcoin. But remember, at that point, we still had this resistance as I highlighted, which was June 5th. And then the very next day, we were getting resisted there so much, I argued that we're going to develop the negative divergence like this, and we followed it up through that time till this point, which means altcoins should start getting attention. But how likely is it going to go up right now? Or in other words, what should we anticipate? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. If you do look at things clearly and understand how it's playing out and go back in time to see, okay, in last 5 years, when that negative divergence played like this was the result. And when it was the textbook negative divergence, what happened? So once you get to see all of this in front of you, you have an idea of where we're going. Say this is Bitcoin dominance. We got the 3-day candle close, so this is confirmed as one strong pattern. In the SI family, we already posted that so that you guys are not missing it out. So what exactly is that candle showing you? Textbook pattern. That's an evening star candlestick arrangement, arguing you there is a huge possibility that this level of price action is turning into a resistance. So that's Bitcoin dominance, and it's most likely coming down to this range, which is 53, and that's the first support. During that time, even if Bitcoin is slowing down, we may not see a panic selling event in the altcoin side. So when you come down here, right now the candle is showing you, great, a hammer candle at support, which is the moving average. I'm happy about that. Now let's think about the other side as well. Altcoins are at the support. They are also bouncing. So what would be a whale thinking at this moment? I mean, that's important for us too, because we need to think what they would do. So I would like to argue this point. Say on a weekly chart, what you have is what you should be eyeing on. That's a bearish engulfing candle. So Bitcoin on a weekly clearly argues that there is a bearish engulfing candle. Let's go back in time. This is 2021 Feb, where we got that bearish engulfing candle to the downside, which confirmed the negative divergence. So this is exactly what happened back then. So based on time, if you were in the market, you already know what happened in the altcoins after that point. So you zoom in, you want to literally zoom into the point of the bottom and see what exactly happened. Bitcoin pushed back higher like 48-50%. During the same time, XRP did like 5x. Ether did 2.5x. So 5 times, 10 times. And some of these other altcoins went up like crazy. Fine. Right now we're here. We're looking at what should we be looking for. And one of the primary thing I would argue here, based on what we just saw, is that yes, it is true that we put in a bottom there and we went back up. So the weekly does show you that. But the next candle, this 3-day candle, before it went back up and closed higher, it did wick lower. So the initial low of 44 was there, but it then went back down to 42 something. So the whales will not let you grab that bottom and leverage it to the sky. They would do the long wick to the downside, most likely kick them out, right? Look at the top formation. They did this long wick, attracted a lot of buyers. They made a bullish engulfing candle, which went above that local high. Invited a lot of buyers, and then boom, you came back down. Now, why did that happen, right? On a weekly, you have a negative divergence. On a monthly, you have a negative divergence. So the price was kind of literally arguing the point that we shouldn't be missing these. So they will do something to show you that the direction is to the other side and then slowly pull it back up. So on a monthly, we have not yet invalidated this. I know we are all bullish on this market, but I would like to first show you what the market in itself shows us. This bearish monthly candle on Bitcoin has not been invalidated. So you are in that price range. You did not move up, you did not move down, you're in that range. Let's hope it's going to be a bullish phase just like this. But as of now, what you're watching or what you're hoping for is just a bounce in Bitcoin after the local bottom comes in, but the altcoins take off. So we go on to the dominant side. Okay, what can we actually see on the monthly? Are we completely negative here already? Yes, it's at a resistance, as we can see. That's good, that's great, and that's a 9 to 10 year long trend line resistance there. Perfect. We would all like to see the price getting rejected. So we zoom in further and we go on a weekly chart. And the weekly chart shows you, yeah, you actually got a bearish engulfing candle, which also did a retest and is slowly getting rejected. Historically speaking, what happens is a continuation pattern to the downside. And that's exactly what altcoins need right now. But at the first phase of that Bitcoin dominance dropping, you would see Bitcoin in itself slowing down. So we should not actually say, okay, that's not possible. And in that first phase here, you're not watching assets like XRP pumping. See, this is 2021 Jan, Bitcoin dominance on a 3-day. It started dropping till Feb. a lot of small caps went up like nuts. XRP didn't participate. A lot of large cap didn't participate. There are exceptions like Cardano back then. Just as they dropped, Cardano went nuts. So the news cycle supported the technical cycle. So the first drop here, which may actually last almost 20, 25, 30 days, most likely what we will watch is a lot more small to medium caps popping through the roof. After which, we should be looking at how the continuation comes in. If it's just a retest and a rejection here, that means we are going to get much, much bigger blow off. Say you look at XRP. You put on a monthly chart and you're asking the question like, can we really get a blow off? Because the price is now below the monthly moving average. So you put that into the line and you see, okay, the price crossed to the downside. The moving average points to the upside. Do we have a scenario like this before? Yeah, we do. This is that phase. So you went above it, came back below that, and then you bounced off. So what was that time horizon? This is important here, guys. Don't miss this. December 2020. So in 2021, what happened in the dominance? Jan 2021, just after that. Or just when the Bitcoin dominance peaked, XRP showed you this. Oh, I'm going down to the hill. But the very next moment, you actually saw the Bitcoin dominance reversing, XRP starting to grind back higher. So you get to see this. If you measure that and be conservative using a line chart, you can say, okay, Bitcoin did a 50%, XRP did 680%. Now, if you use a candlestick though, your wick to the downside is here, your wick to the top is here. That's a 10x move. So at current price, yeah, we'll have to say that's going to be like $6. Fine. But back then, you didn't have any of these exchanges listing XRP. So you didn't get the actual volume which you should have seen. Right now, we have a lot of exchanges listing this asset, which also comes with a ton more whales manipulating the price. Don't forget that part. Now, if you jump back into the price action side of things, and you take the total market, this is important. When you are in the crypto market, don't forget the fact that this is there. Because if this shows you a continuation pattern, which is clearly arguing something, you don't forget that and play the game. What do I mean? The 3-day chart has clearly shown you the fact that when there is a hidden bullish divergence, the price usually go up. So right now, you're waiting for that here on the micro, but on the macro, you already have it. The price going up, RSI going down. Use a weekly chart. On a weekly chart, the trouble is you don't have a confirmation of a reversal. You don't have a confirmation of a ABC pattern bouncing back up like this. In the textbook pattern, the ABC is like this. So what's that? Another 4 to 5% to the downside. And that's exactly why I argue that when Bitcoin kind of bounces back up, I would first look for a trap. Because the whales, they won't give you this easily. So we need to think about both sides. What if this is a retest of the recent break to the downside on Ether? This is daily Ether, showing you that 3713 is a price range, which is a support turned resistance. You broke to the downside, retested that and got rejected. So when you go back up, if it tests that and gets rejected, look back for 3,200. Now, if it does break to the upside, retest and bounce, that's a perfect system to go higher. Because at that point, it just becomes a macro breakout retest bounce, a textbook pattern. Whatever it is, we're going to get to see that in this week to next week, 10, 15 days max, you're going to see which direction the market is going and how soon that's about to play out. Because the RSI matters a lot. If that bounce comes in at a time when the weekly RSI is re-entering the overbought territory, the 3-day RSI is entering the overbought territory, it's going to be bullish. So the daily, 3-day, weekly entering the 70 plus range altogether means 4 more season. That's why in XRP I say monthly we are no way close to that. Weekly we are no way close to that. 3-day we are no way close to that. Daily we are halfway. Kind of, you still have a lot of work to do here. You need a break. You need to get to 0.6, 0.7. You need to break that resistance. Then, yeah, it's game on. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. If you want to follow all the charts and the macro updates I'm doing on hundreds of crypto assets right now for the actual blow off, be in the SI family. Use the link in the description below to reach me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.